Hey GlamFam, Linwood here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do an updo on this mannequin, which I've previously curled. These are the spiral curls that I did with a flat iron on a previous video, so if you don't know how to do that, I'll go ahead and link that in the description box or in the eye in the top right corner, whatever floats the boat. At any rate, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a pretty simple styling technique on this mannequin here, utilizing just a very few amount of tools. So I have my teasing brush here. It can be used for teasing or smoothing. It is a board bristle brush. So you guys can see there, the bristles on it. It's just got 3 rows of a mixture of board bristles and synthetic bristles. So it gives a nice degree of smoothness on there, and also it has them staggered enough so it's good for teasing. I'm going to be using a standard rat tail comb. And then I have my open-ended pins. These here, let me see if I can get it to focus. These here are hairpins. So when they're open like this, they're called hairpins. And I also have my closed ones, if I can get just one. My closed ones like this are called bobby pins. Now, bobby pins are meant for security. Hairpins, the open ones, are meant for placement. So placement, security, placement. Okay, so moving right along. So I've got my mannequin here. She is previously curled, and a lot of people really like those super simple, like messy bun type chignons in the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what we can do there, possibly create a little bit of height in through this top region here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off just by kind of parting out that section a bit. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it can be kind of loosely done. I will say a lot of times people tend to overthink updos, and it's crazy because people are always just like asking me questions about updos, and when I tell you I very seldom plan, I'm not a planner at all. Anyone who has been watching my videos for any amount of time knows that planning is not my forte. However, we're still gonna go ahead and get this done, and I will tell you that honestly a little bit of planning is necessary, but outside of that you don't have to do a whole lot more when you're doing updos and things. So I'm gonna go in here and we're just gonna do a slight bit of back brushing. So we're gonna basically be building a cushion in that hair for the hair to rest on. So just continue that process right on through here. Okay, if it doesn't look like a bird's nest, then you didn't do it right. We're just gonna tease up this entire section that I just picked out all the way up to the crown of the head. Okay? Notice up here I'm doing less teasing, and see how much it begins to just kind of lay smoothly over the top of that section. Now I'm just going to use my brush and lightly brush over the surface, and it begins to smooth. So we're just doing that same process throughout here, just very lightly closing together any gaps with the teasing. Notice there's not much teasing that went on that one. And then from there, I can begin to lightly smooth over the surface. So that way it looks like a natural build of body there rather than looking like what's going on. And the nice thing is you can push that baby in, it pops right back up. That's what proper teasing does. So it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to make it look a straight up hot mess in order to make things happen, okay? So once we've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this section of hair that we just teased. I'm gonna give it a slight turn, and I'm just gonna push it up just a little bit, just a touch. From there, I'm gonna take my bobby pins, which are the closed ones. I'm going to pin them upwards into the bun. So let me turn her a bit so you guys can kind of see I'm pinning it upwards, creating an X shape. So I took that one this way. Now I'm gonna take this one here, going the opposite direction. Okay, so it helps to create some security. Once I've done that, I'm just gonna grab a few curls from the sides And we're going to go ahead and just loosely twist this hair. Like so. And then from there, I can basically take this and stretch at different points of that twist. And we're gonna go ahead and cross it over where we had that pin. So from there, I'm gonna go ahead and take another closed bobby pin. I'm gonna push it right into that center section. Notice I push it through the middle of my twist and not over the top. And notice I'm not opening these up. So a lot of times when people open them up, that's when you start having issues. Now I've got an open hairpin here. Remember I was telling you, these are for placement. So anytime I see an area that I want to secure, I'm gonna basically take it and slide it underneath where I already put those bobby pins. So that's gonna create some stability there in the style. And that's why I was saying there's a difference between your bobby pins and your hairpins. So from there, we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Only difference is I wanna go ahead and brush this hair here out and see how exactly it wants to lay. Because I'm a firm believer in doing what the hair likes to do instead of fighting with the hair. Okay, so once we see that, you guys see how it's kind of falling? Okay, so from there, since that's what it's wanting to do, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna take this excess hair and begin to twist it around this section. Let's turn her. Now the interesting thing is the only piece that I'm twisting here is just this piece. I'm actually keeping this piece here straight so that way I can easily adjust the bangs if I need to. But anyone else who is looking is gonna think that you have a standard rope braid. I'm telling you, hairstyling is all about deception. Deception and lies. When you thought you were bald, we can make you look like you have hair. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this hair here and we brought it on across. I'm just going to go ahead and place it right on underneath my last section that I brought underneath there. And let's go ahead and with a hairpin, I'm gonna take it and slide it right on underneath where I created that X earlier. And then we're gonna take another hairpin right here in the middle just to add a little bit more security there. You know what, I don't really like that pin. The key thing, whenever you're doing your updos, always work on hiding your pins. So if your pins are easily visible, then it's not a professional updo, okay? Now notice here we've got this twisted section on the side and her bang that was super cute is now not cute anymore. So now I can kind of take that hair, and remember I was saying I kept it straight just so I could pull that back out. Look at the difference here, you guys. So once we've got that in there, then I'm gonna go ahead and just start doing a few little simple techniques. So I'm gonna take the ends of this hair here that I brought across earlier, and we're just gonna separate that out. I'm gonna do some light twisting. So basically just some 2-strand twists. Like so. We're gonna twist that not all the way down to the ends, just a little ways. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of these strands out here and there just to add to the fullness of the look. Okay. Like so. And we're gonna bring that up and over. See how it begins to get some of that curly look? And from there, I can take my hairpins and pin it down into my base that I created in there. We're gonna bring that around here and just kind of pin again. And we're just going to repeat this process on the opposite side. And from there, I'm just gonna let it lightly unravel some. And we're gonna do the same thing here and just kind of pulling some of that hair out just to create some textural difference in that hairstyle. And from there we can kind of figure out how do we want to place it. And I want to make sure I've got plenty of fullness in here. So right in here, so I don't have any pins there, I want to create some security, so I'm going to use a bobby pin. We're going to take that baby and pin it on in there. See how it creates that security? And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and take my hairpin for placement and place it in there into that center section. And then I'm left with this little bit of hair that I have left here. Now some people might take that and decide to go ahead and pin it up any type of way, but I'm gonna do it in the same fashion as I've done everything else here today. And we're just gonna go ahead and do it in a twist. And then from there, let it unravel some. Pull here and there. Updos do not have to be super complicated, you guys. Then from there, I'm going to take this baby and roll it on into the middle. I'm gonna tilt that head forward so I can see what I'm doing. And pin. Go ahead and grab another bobby pin. I want to add some security to that in the middle. Pin. And then I've got a few little loose ends I feel like are doing a little too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin those on the side. And I will say, this is where having an eye for detail really matters. You can have a messy updo, but you want it to look like it has some sort of rhyme or reason to it. It's not just messy for the sake of being messy. Notice not one of these pins has gone in my mouth. That is highly unsanitary, and we don't need that in our lives, okay? So if you are going to be doing hair professionally, ensure that you behave as a professional and do not put hairpins in your mouth. Don't do it. I will find you. And I will slap that pin right out of your mouth. Right out of your mouth. Alright, so we've got our slight bump there. See that? Simple twist, messy bun in the back. So let me know what you guys think of this updo in the description or in the comment box down below. And if you had any questions on where to get this mannequin, I'll put that in the description box, probably in the comment box too. So until next time, you guys take care and God bless and stay glam. I hope that you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.